Fox 32 has information that indicates the FBI has launched an investigation into controversial Dalton Mayor and Thornton Township Supervisor Tiffany Henyard.
Y'all forget I am the leader. They want to hear from the mayor. If y'all ain't learned that yet. The mayor, not the trustees that don't do nothing, that only run their mouth. Y'all don't do no work, no work.
Hey guys, hey! It's your Super Mayor Tiffany Henyard, the people's mayor.
Imagine a small-town mayor at the center of a global empire worth billions. Meet Tiffany Henyard, mayor of Dalton, Illinois, now tangled in a scandal that's shaking local politics to its core. Here's the situation. $7 million in debt, $67,000 blown on travel in just 5 months, and one mayor living the high life while her town sinks into financial chaos. These aren't just numbers. They're clues leading us into the shocking world of Tiffany Henyard's alleged hidden empire. Rumors are swirling that this story is much deeper than anyone could have guessed. By day, Henyard is cutting ribbons and shaking hands, but by night? The word on the street is that her connections might stretch all the way to some seriously shady organizations, with whispers of cartel involvement. If these rumors are true, her after-hours activities could be far more scandalous than anyone imagined. Henyard, often called Dalton's super mayor, swept into office with a staggering 82% of the vote, captivating the town with her promises to fix roads and bring in jobs. But what if behind that winning smile is a secret so huge it could shake the entire town to its core? Take the $67,000 spent on travel in just 5 months, luxury hotels and extravagant meals, all while the town of Dalton teeters on the edge of financial disaster. In one trip alone to Atlanta, Henyard's entourage racked up a jaw-dropping $9,300 in expenses. For some, that's more than a month's paycheck, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. One former ally, Carmen Carlisle, is now spilling all the tea. Carlisle, once in Henyard's inner circle, has turned whistleblower, revealing explosive details about Henyard's alleged misdeeds. According to Carlisle, Henyard has been manipulating employees and vendors to maintain her grip on power, all while blowing through taxpayer money like it's a bottomless pit. Carlisle didn't hold back, accusing Henyard of unethical and predatory behavior during her time in office. And while Henyard's living large in 5-star hotels, her town is drowning in debt, $7 million in the red, with vendors suing left and right for unpaid bills. Yet somehow, Henyard herself isn't hurting for cash. Word has it she's pulling in over $200,000 annually from her roles as mayor and township supervisor. That's a hefty paycheck for a small-town official, raising the question, why the need to charge all those luxury dinners to taxpayers? When confronted at a board meeting about her extravagant spending, Henyard reportedly lashed out. No explanations, no apologies, just pure attitude. But the heat's not just coming from local critics. The FBI is now sniffing around her finances. They're not only interested in her travel expenses, but in how she's allegedly been using public funds for personal gain. That's some serious heat for someone who once promised to put Dalton first. But here's the real bombshell. This lavish spending and shady behavior might only be the surface of a much bigger scandal. We're talking about a potential billion-dollar empire, and the luxury trips and fancy dinners could be small fry compared to what's really going on behind the scenes. As the FBI delves deeper into Henyard's finances, another million-dollar question has emerged. Why does the mayor of a town of just 20,000 people need security fit for a head of state? The truth behind Henyard's massive security detail might just be the key to unraveling the whole story. And when you compare the cost of her security team to those hotel bills, the real scope of this scandal starts to come into focus. Stay tuned, this story is far from over. We're talking over $1 million a year just to keep this small-town mayor under constant protection. But here's the catch. Henyard isn't just splurging on a couple of bodyguards. She's got a whole team of hand-picked officers from the Dalton Police Department guarding her 24/7. And these officers aren't just standing around. They're racking up overtime like it's going out of style. Take Officer Terry Young, for example. Word on the street is that he logged an unbelievable 303 hours in a single pay period. That's like working nonstop for nearly 2 weeks without a break. His reward? A hefty paycheck of $113,000 for just 2 weeks of work. Let that sink in for a moment. But this isn't just about the money. Henyard's security detail is with her everywhere she goes. We're talking personal errands, out-of-town trips, you name it. It's like she's got her own personal entourage, funded entirely by the taxpayers of Dolton. Naturally, the trustees in Dolton are furious. They argue that this money could be far better spent on actual public safety, like patrols and services that benefit the people of Dolton. But Henyard isn't budging. She's standing her ground, refusing to justify these sky-high expenses. At a recent board meeting, tensions boiled over. The trustees demanded explanations for the runaway spending on Henyard's security, but she shut down the conversation faster than you can say, taxpayer dollars. It was as if she believed she didn't owe anyone an explanation for where all this money was going. Enter the Tiffany Henyard Cares Foundation, a charity that's raising more eyebrows than funds. While Dolton struggles, Henyard has launched this shiny new project with her name front and center. But people are starting to talk, and the buzz isn't positive. This foundation, they say, seems more focused on cold, hard cash than on caring. One of the biggest red flags? The Thornton Township Board reportedly donated a cool $10,000 to Henyard's charity on the same day it was created. The timing of this donation has sparked whispers, like showing up to a party before the invitations have even been sent out. It just doesn't add up. But the questionable spending doesn't stop there. Henyard organized a trip to Springfield to promote her breast cancer charity, which sounds noble enough. But here's the kicker. The trip reportedly cost taxpayers at least $1,000. And the bill? It was never officially filed. Even more suspect, the state lawmakers Henyard was supposedly there to meet weren't even in town at the time. According to Carmen Carlisle, Henyard's former ally turned whistleblower, this isn't just a case of sloppy bookkeeping. Carlisle didn't hold back, flatly accusing Henyard of being dishonest about the foundation's true purpose. The big question remains, what's really going on with this charity? Rumors are swirling that Henyard has been using public funds to promote her personal project, a foundation that seems to be as transparent as a brick wall. For a mayor who's already under fire for living large while her town teeters on financial ruin, this latest scandal is just more fuel on the fire. The allegations that Henyard is funneling taxpayer money into her charity paint a picture of a leader more focused on personal gain than public good. Let's dive into Henyard's idea of charity work. Remember that bike ride to Springfield? Turns out it wasn't so much about raising awareness as it was about boosting Henyard's public image. People are saying she spent more time posing for photos than actually helping anyone. It's like she's running a PR campaign under the guise of a charity. But here's where things get really juicy. That charity? It's just the appetizer. Behind closed doors, Tiffany Henyard has a whole other side that'll leave you speechless. Word on the street is that Henyard treats Dolton like her personal playground, and if you dare speak up against her, you're in for a rough time. She's not afraid to get dirty to protect her empire. Sources close to the situation claim that Henyard has been on a firing spree, axing employees left and right who even think about questioning her authority. One former maintenance manager shared that he was shown the door after he refused to help fire another employee. And it's not just firings. Henyard has reportedly created an atmosphere of fear throughout Dolton's government. Working under her has been compared to serving a small-town dictator. Employees are walking on eggshells, terrified to step out of line. What's even more telling is the shocking turnover rate in Henyard's administration. People who used to be loyal to her are now spilling all the secrets to anyone willing to listen. Take her former chief of staff, Keith Freeman. He's been indicted for bankruptcy fraud. Henyard's quick to distance herself from that, claiming she had no idea about his financial dealings. But even whistleblower Carmen Carlisle says Henyard's been manipulating employees, vendors, and residents for years to boost her influence while painting a picture of success, all funded by the hardworking taxpayers of Dolton and Thornton Township. Now the FBI has stepped in, and they're not messing around. What if I told you Tiffany Henyard's name is being whispered in connection with a global money laundering operation? Yep, you heard that right. Global. We're not talking about your typical small-town corruption here. This scandal seems to stretch far beyond Dolton's borders. Rumors suggest that Henyard's lavish lifestyle might be funded by more than just taxpayer dollars. Chatter in the air connects her to some seriously powerful figures in the criminal underworld. And when I say powerful, I mean the kind of people dealing in billions, not millions. So how could a small-town mayor from Illinois get tangled up in international crime syndicates? Well, the FBI isn't poring over her travel expenses for kicks. They're digging deep into her finances, and word on the street is they've uncovered some shocking things. People are starting to wonder if Henyard's heavy security detail is really there to protect her from angry citizens, or something much bigger, like a fortune in dirty money. Sources close to the investigation claim that when federal agents raided Henyard's residence, they found millions in cold, hard cash stashed away. Now, I don't know about you, but most small-town mayors don't have that kind of money just lying around unless they're involved in something far more serious than local politics. This might sound like your run-of-the-mill corruption at first glance, but when you take a step back, it looks more like a setup for a massive money laundering operation. Henyard's mysterious trips, which she insists are for city business, are raising eyebrows. What if these trips are actually about meeting with some rather unsavory characters? There's talk about secret meetings in luxury hotels with people who certainly aren't on any official guest lists. And it's not just the FBI turning up the heat. Henyard is facing a staggering 22 lawsuits, most of which come from former employees who claim they were wrongfully terminated. It looks like Henyard's shoot first, ask questions later management style is coming back to haunt her. To make things even more dramatic, former Chicago Mayor Lori Lightfoot has been hired to investigate Henyard's spending habits. When you've got a big city mayor digging into your small-town finances, you know the situation is serious. But wait, there's more. In a twist that could only come from a political soap opera, Henyard's own legal team is jumping ship. You heard that right? Her lawyers are withdrawing from representing her because she hasn't been paying them. Guess all those luxury trips and fancy meals didn't leave much room in the budget for legal fees. Oh, and remember that Tiffany A. Henyard Cares Foundation? The one with her name plastered all over it? Well, it's under scrutiny too. The foundation, which was supposed to be all about helping people, is now raising concerns about a lack of transparency and potential financial misconduct. People are starting to wonder if this charity is really about helping the community or if it's just another vehicle for Henyard to line her pockets. With all these scandals piling up, it's no surprise that Henyard is being labeled as one of America's worst mayors. Just look at the public outrage. One commenter said, "She should be physically pulled out. I'm so sick of her. Why isn't this woman in jail? Even the FBI investigated her, but nothing happened. What's going on?" Another remarked, "Wish the feds could pick up the pace. Queen Tiff needs to go on a long vacation." Henyard's fall from grace has turned her from a small-town sensation into a national laughingstock. But this story isn't just about Henyard. It's about something much larger. If someone as public as Henyard could be leading a double life, what other politicians might be hiding in plain sight? Her story makes you question the very nature of power. How thin is the line between public service and a criminal empire? And while Henyard's scandals may have made headlines, you have to wonder, what other secrets are lurking behind those political smiles and handshakes? Let us know your thoughts in the comments and stay tuned for our next video, where we'll dig even deeper into the tangled web of corruption and power in small-town politics.